Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers. And we have got our amalgamation of salvage here. It has been thoroughly, well, patched up. It is totally not done its repairs. It's still got its, fuel bypass going here. However, you may notice that a lot more of the thrusters are online and ready to kick butt. And that is the same as well for the Fragna. As look at all of those thrusters, all built up, and we are here, hovering in space, 250 kilometers above Moose Camp. We are ready to drop in. As the plan for today is we are going to take this big old ship, and I've run the numbers. This thing should be able to fly and land onto the planet. Should. I have not tested this thing with realistic thrust yet. I think it might pitch down, so it might need a little bit of thrust on the front, or it might just need constant gyro override. But we're going to get it down. That's happening today. And then once I'm down, I need to put a couple atmospheric thrusters in the front of or something to balance out its thrust. I can figure that out down there. But we also have this little guy here, this destroyer-like cruiser sort of ship. We got to repair him. Unfortunately, I haven't had much time to work on him since I've been spending all my time working on the big boy. So he is not repaired and not refueled. I still want him to be able to get down, but I think it's going to be parachutes. We also have an entire array of laser weaponry that I salvaged from the enemy spacecraft, plenty of turrets, plus a pair of big old light fixed lasers here, which I have just slapped on the Fragna because it looks goddamn cool, and we'll have to change that, take them off and put them onto our new battleship that we have. But with that, the Fragna has so much cargo right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large cargoes full. Look at all these metal grids and stuff. It is ridiculous. Every single one of them has 10,000 plus metal grids and several thousand steel plates in them. It's glorious. And so, the hard work begins of equipping enough parachutes to this thing. So, I'm contemplating we actually take the Fragna down. I'm thinking we actually only have a few episodes left in this series. We're going to work on our fleet. Probably going to name this episode Rebuilding the Fleet or something like that today. Next episode, we're going to go to the Ifrin refinery, which is where we need to find the an uplink station in order to eliminate the core. Then we're going to spend an episode cleaning up, getting ready, doing the final prep, sort of looking over what we've done. That'll be the penultimate episode. And then it should be episode 30, attacking the core and finishing the scenario. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So first thing we need to do, parachutes. So we're going to need a lot of these things. Load estimate 365 mg, falling at 10 meters a second in 1G at 1.0 air density. Good to know. So each one of these is 365 million grams? Is that how it works? So this is 365,000 kilos. Yeah, I think that's how it works. If I did run the numbers before we started playing, and this ship here, I think, needs 16 parachutes to come down evenly. So let's get to work. And while we're doing our work, why not get out all my buddies? And I have gone, and I have got myself some more buddies. Yeah! I got myself 5 little repair buddies now. I upped the limit of how many I could have. So I got a little army of repair buddies. Yeah, get out there and do some work. Placing these things around here evenly. One of these... Ah, yes, they do have the conveyor on the back, which I need to load them. But I'm not going to be auto-loading them in the sense that I'm going to be putting them on a conveyor grid, because this thing is broke as shit, and so I'm just going to be manually loading these with a parachute. So I'll put them on their side, and that'll be fine. So I'm thinking I need 16 on here. So let's do a couple on each of these arms. I just got to find a nice spot where they actually will work. Do like one there, one there. Can replicate that over here. Alright, so you've got those around there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think if I just do a line down the center, like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 sort of thing, this thing should be good. So that should give us a nice distribution. A good amount of them in the body of it, and then one over up here on the nose. Alright, so let's go get some canvas for all that stuff. We should have the materials to make such things, so I'll just make 100 canvas. Alright, yeah, build me that stuff. Excellent. While that is building, we need to think about parachutes on the other ships here. I wonder. There are so many resources here on the Fragna. Like, so much stuff here. I feel like I need to get it down onto the planet so that I can use it. And then I don't need it again to be in orbit. It can just stay there. So I think the Fragna is going to land today. And I think it's going to need about 100,000 parachutes because this girl's fat. She's heavy. Spectre can probably just ride on top of the wreck all the way down. This guy, I think, probably needs about 5 or 6 parachutes in terms of his weight. So that should be pretty easy. Now this thing I probably could get going once I get down there. Make sure it has some power, some batteries, and then build up some atmospheric thrusters on each side. And I should be able to move this thing around with little to no effort, as it is not that heavy. If we check the grid weight here, yeah, that's the weight of the whole kit and caboodle, 12.5 million. This itself, this wreck, I think is only a couple 100,000, if anything close to that, because it is light armor. So yeah, I think that'll be good. And then for the Fragna, considering all of its weight, like every bit of its weight is right here in these cargo containers, I think what we need to do is just put basically a line of parachutes. Like I need to find an attachment point and just put a line of parachutes all along the the engine bay things here, so we can get an attachment point like this, and then along here from the start we're just gonna go parachutes the entire way, because I think this thing needs it. it's going to be so heavy coming down. It's going to be stupid. Now, I think for the small ships, like we have the Fle and the Spectre, and I actually grabbed the Pancake and brought it with me, the Pancake Mark 1. I think they are essentially like negligible, right? Their weight compared to the large grids, especially with all of the cargo that I'm carrying. So I don't think I even need to put anything on those, right? Like in terms of parachutes. Oh, I can put 5 per. Might as well. Just to make sure I don't have any parachute issues. Make more canvases. Thank you. Yeah, I think just we're gonna go down with the parachutes here. We have. Oh, does it tell me if I go to parachute? And with that, I think every single parachute has canvas in it. You just gotta double check this. Parachute hatches, yes. And on this grid, parachute hatches are here. Okay, so now to see if I have enough parachutes to keep myself from crashing. Let me just jump into the seat here. We're at 12.57, I think it's gigagrams. It's a very weird unit. I don't know why it's in that unit, why it's not like in kilos. Like, is there some game option to go like different things that I just don't recognize? No? Okay. Anyway, it's in gigagrams. That is 12.5 million kilos, if I'm not mistaken. 12.5 million kilos. And these do 365,000 kilos? No, this would be... I'm probably doing this math incorrectly. So 1 megagram is 1,000 kilograms. Because this is metric. It's easy to convert. It's not silly imperial. Blah. So 1 megagram is 1,000 kilos. 1,000 mega is 1 giga. And we have 12.5 giga. So we can look at these each as doing like 0.36, and we need to get to 12. Okay. Yeah. This is working in my brain. I think I'm doing this correctly. So if I need to get to like 12.5 and I do 0.36, I need 34 parachutes. That makes sense. That feels right for the fact that I looked at a calculator and it said that this ship, this combat ship, the salvage thing, needed 16. So I can imagine that needing 16, and then the rest of the ships needing like 18 more or something like that. So I think we have more than enough parachute on this boat. Because we have like 20 something on the Fragna. We have 16 back there. We have 6 up here. So I think we are over parachuted, actually. So now the question is, how do I want to hit the ground? I think having... Obviously, this is going to be the lowest bit that touches first. I think we're going to have to put a couple landing gears down here, just to make sure I don't bottom out on these thrusters. couple landing gears on the edges, and then just let the ship hit. We want to try to come down as close as we can, flat, like belly flop at Moose Camp, and hopefully we're within a short flight or a walking distance to Moose Camp, and that's the plan. Alright, so I'm going to get some landing gear built up and on this thing, and then we're heading down. Okay, I am repositioning how these are connected together so that they're a bit flatter across the bottom. And I was trying to do it from the ship in the back, thinking like, oh, that thing's got way more thrusters. It'll be better to go from there. But no, it's better to do it from the Fragna, because the Fragna's so goddamn heavy that it's actually the center of mass for this entire thing. Oh my god. Alrighty then. I think with all of our parachutes loaded and ready to rock, we push towards the planet and hope for the best. That's all we can really do. We're gonna see if this works or not. Now that we are in gravity and slowly speeding up towards the planet, I think it is time that we pitched up and try to be horizontal to gravity, and hopefully try to break our fall. Should be horizoned. So we'll lock ourselves. We're plummeting straight down. We turn our dampeners. It is not enough to slow us down. Oh god. I think I might leave those on. And we may or may not also go back and turn on the dampeners on the ship behind us. Okay. If we turn on the dampeners here, we start to spin. That's not good. We don't want that. Too much thrust off of one angle here. Okay, something I should go through. And we're going to get all the parachutes. And we're going to make sure their auto-deploy height is on. Oh god, I need to make sure that's correct. And put it all up to 10,000 kilometers. 10,000 kilometers. 10,000 meters. I want them to deploy at the maximum height. I'm going to go to one of my large. I have one large upwards thruster. If I override that one thruster... That's killing our thrust. Okay, that's killing our speed. Look at that. We're actually slowing down, but we're not tipping. Okay, I'm going to grab those two large upwards thrusters. Large up. These ones here. Braking. And I'm going to put those into a group here with increase and decrease. I'm going to take those, put them both there. Okay, nice. I have to fight this a little bit with gyro. I'm going to see if I can get an override onto this grid as well. Oh, that override gyro is probably not show up into our config. Yep. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I think we can cut our override a little bit. We're starting to slow down, though. At least I have control over it now. I can cut my override. I can control my pitch using my upwards and downwards thrusters. And I can let the Fragna do most of the braking, and then I can do the final bit. 10,000 more feet until we open our parachutes. Come on, baby! Work, damn it! $10,000 feet. Parachutes opening. Override off. Oh, it's good. I can use my backwards thrusters to really slow us down. Parachutes. Successful deployment. The grid is slowing. We're at 15 meters a second. We still have that one thruster over there. Thrusters. Disabled. Okay, all thrusters off. We're underpowered. We're parachuting down. Yes. Oh, that is amazing. We could use some more parachutes in the back, it seems. And I love the little one. We've got the... The cursor has dropped its parachute as well, just to help out. Oh yeah. Now that I got that gyro off on the Fragna, my side thrust on here is actually really moving us. Alright. I'm gonna do my best here to pull us closer to the moose camp. Okay. I don't think there's any point in fighting it anymore. We're under 2 kilometers from moose camp. That is impressive, considering the fact that I came from orbit. And we just need to level out here and try to survive the landing. We're just a few meters from the trees. 7 meters a second coming down. We're gonna start bonking our way through the trees. We're still 200 meters up. My God. Who needs HUD anymore? Just feel it. I don't see a goddamn thing on the ground. I didn't think I needed landing lights. It's the middle of the day. There's the trait. And locked. We're down. Yes. We're down in one piece. Yes. 2 kilometers from moose camp. Oh, that I couldn't do that better if I tried harder. Like, that was beautiful. The Fragna has come home to roost. We've got all of our grids here. They are still up in the air. Ow. I hit myself into a tree. Up in the air a little bit. This, we've landed on these landing gear. These are still being held up. That's okay. We'll leave them there. And, God damn, that's amazing. Actually, no, we will bring them down a little bit. We'll go to this thing, and we'll go use for parking off. So now we're not going to let go of the Fragna and such. And what we can do is we could slowly lower these to the ground because their parachutes have now gone. And so when we try to pick up with this ship, we're going to want to try to set these guys down with it. All right, let's try to do that. And what we can see is that the front has now fallen down. This guy has grabbed, so he is now controlling that. So then what I can do is I can go back to this. I can go use with parking. Yes. And now I can try to turn on my dampeners and try to lift off here. Can I fly? I can fly. Oh, this thing flies with realistic thrust. Oh, yes! Look at this thing popping out from the trees! The SS wreck! Woo! Oh, yes. Let's go land it up on the landing pad. We can come back for the other guys later. After we get this guy repaired up. We can probably even use this guy as sort of a sky crane. Because I think this thing has more than enough thrust. to be able to fly on a 1.0 gravity planet. And so, we could theoretically buff him up enough, though he would be able to lift those other ships back over here. Now, this landing pad was made specifically for the dropship, but the dropship ain't here anymore, so we're just going to plunk her down on the landing pad, and we'll have to modify the little thruster holes that I put onto it for to fit the new ship. This thing is actually dead, like, frighteningly stable once I got that override on. If I turn it off, it only has a slight pitch downwards. That's more than flyable, especially for something of this weight. Alright, we're down. So we're turning dampers off, and we're going to finesse the parking until we settle onto the pad. Good. And then we just let it auto lock on the pad, and we have our salvage ship back at Moose Camp. That looks amazing. Oh god, that looks good. So we need to do some major repairs to this thing, and I put a poll into my Discord about this, and there is a lot of work to do on this ship, and it's going to take me a very long time to do it. And so I asked whether or not build and repair would be all right. And overwhelmingly, people in the community, like in my Discord, said, yes, put on build and repair if you need it to get the building done so that you can make more entertaining episodes. So that is what we're going to do. We are going to slap on some build and repairs into the... we have some conveyorage down here. Yep. We're basically just going to probably take out these conveyors and just put build and repairs in here. And this landing pad will become the build and repair pad. And anything I land here will get repaired. And that'll be the concept. Not going to use it anywhere else. Just going to use it on this one landing pad. And they'll start repairing up the ship here. So now my job is to go through and start to fill in some of these gaps that are here. So I got to figure out, like, okay, this is all like heavy armor. I got to think about which parts of these, like, those bits are light. That's an interior wall. You know, just got to figure it out. Place a whole bunch of blocks. Make sure everything's all conveyored up. And there's spots like this. Like this, for example. This just screams turret mount, right? Right? It's got this welder here. And then it's got a conjunction. That just screams for me that we're going to be slapping down like a giant turret there. And like a artillery or something. That's what my gut tells me. Alright. So I think from that, because this thing is landed, and it's probably not going to move for a while until I get it fully repaired. Also, I should see, if I cut this fuel bypass back from this fuel, I don't think this bypass is required anymore. Because I think all the fuel is coming back from these back containers. So we good. Ah, that's looking good. We got our ship all nicely parked up, and the build and repairs are doing their work. I think the next thing to do is maybe go and grab the Spectre. It is the only ship out of that group that will be able to fly, at least under atmospherics. And the Spectre over here. Grab it. Dampers on. Disconnect. And let's go bring this thing home. As we are getting up here, I am noticing the sun is getting low on the horizon. And there's still much to do. We just paradropped down. It's just unfortunate the fact that You guys didn't see that entire Paradrop. That's all going to be edited out, because that took way too goddamn long. I was Paradropping for about a good 30 minutes. And so, you're not going to see that. And so, what I think I need to do is go to bed. I need to pull Minecraft and advance the day until the next day, so that we can get the sun out and we can do some more work, because the Fragna needs to get over to base. It's got all the resources. It needs to get here and get plugged in, so I can slurp up its wonderful resources and put them into this ship here. So, let's dock up the Spectre and go have a nice nap in our forest bungalow. And that should allow us to advance the day. And we shall head off into our forest bungalow. And let's have a nice sleep. Finally back at Moose Camp. Oh. Man, how is good to be back on the planet. A nice rest. And now we can continue working as the sun is just starting to come up. It is still dark down in our forest, but we are ready for a new day of hard work. So, we have this big boy here, the SS Rec, which is actually S5, like Season 5 Rec 1, but I'm going to call it the SS Rec, because what the hell not? And this thing can fly in this gravity with realistic thrust, which is kind of nice. I wonder if I should be using it to haul over anything that is over there. Let's go take a look. What we have over there and what we're going to have to transport back to base. So, real easy, the cursor can fly over there by itself. It has atmospherics and hydrogen, so it can get over there. Don't need to worry about that. The Pancake is the ion version, so it cannot fly in atmosphere, but I could pull a Spectre sort of thing to it and have it get some atmospherics on its side. That should allow it to fly in atmo. And then this bad boy, and also this the Fle shuttle. I don't think the Fle shuttle is set up at all for realistic thrust. I think the Fle shuttle is probably a write-off, probably a grind, considering its current state. So I need something to haul the Fle shuttle over. Something to haul this thing over, unless there's some batteries on it. There is a couple batteries. And I can easily add batteries, and I could theoretically get this thing so it could fly on its own. And then do I want to make the Fragna fly? Yes, I do. Okay. Oh. We need to finesse these landing gear until the Fragna's on the ground, so I can separate these things and start moving them independently. Where is that control seat? Oh my god, it's upside down. This whole thing is actually upside down. Alright, let's get this built up and let's finesse the control seat so that I can land that thing. I can't freaking see anything that's going on. But I just need to be able to see, okay, I can barely see the blue of the Fragna's landing over there. Now I just finesse it and finesse it until the Fragna has connected somewhere and landed. I think it might be landed. Are you down on the ground now, Fragna? Yes! Okay. You have connected. That means I can separate you guys. And now I can actually properly see how heavy the Fragna is. Because I'm going to have to do some thruster math. We have a grid mass of 6.7 million. Okay. So, with a mass of 6.7 million, with a gravity of 1, we need 11 large atmospheric thrusters. That's insane. Or 10 large hydrogen thrusters. Dude, this thing is insane. It's so heavy. That's the main problem here, is just there's got so much goddamn weight on this thing that it's just going to become a massive issue to be able to lift. But I think we can do it. What we do have is we do have those building repairs. And if we go in here and we can go slap down a couple building repairs. We should be able to build up a fair amount of atmospheric thrust and get out of this place. I think we can do it. So the calculation is telling me I need 11 in total. And I think I can place them just like on the outside here, because I'll turn off all the ions and they won't matter for now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I do that on both sides, that'll be 14. And then this thing could possibly fly. So this, theoretically, should fly with that amount of thrust. Now, it would be a helicopter. Wouldn't have any forward and backwards thrust. That's alright. We need to get that here in a second. But we'll add one more upwards thrust for safety. And then we'll add a set for backwards. And a set for forwards. And I keep hitting the trees and hurting myself. This is hilarious. We also need a little bit of side to side. Probably just one on each side. And we can put those midway here, I think, on top of our little parachute mounts will work. There we go. And now, all we have to do is wait a moment while build and repair hopefully builds all that up. Alright, well that's doing that. We're trying to figure out what we need. I think coming back with the large ship, the SS Wreck, and grabbing this little guy here and lifting him off is gonna be the name of the game. Let's see how much thrusters I need to add to this guy to make him fly, because I doubt it's gonna be the same kind of craziness that the Fragna is, because it's not gonna have any weight, because this is only 1 million grid mass. 2 large Atmos would actually be able to lift this thing, and I could theoretically get that done. I think the problem might be, though, power requirements on this guy. We only have a couple batteries. And these Atmos, they take... how much? Max is 16.8 megawatts. And these guys put out 12. So you need at least a battery and a half per large thruster. And I think that's the same over here. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough batteries and reactors on this boat in order to do this properly. We might have to add in a large quantity of excess batteries. just to be able to fly this thing. But I think in the meantime, what I do is I go and grab the out of the ship, and I think it should be able to carry this ship, no issue. Alright, I might bake it a little bit, but I think I can grab it with one of those, that central landing gear. I might actually take that central landing gear and like make it a little bit longer, I'm not sure. But I think I can grab it with that. And it won't, it might cook it a little bit with some of my downward thrusters, but yeah, whatever. So, we're going to want to drop down a little bit more. We could possibly even, if we're finesse it enough, we could get that landing gear onto that little bit of conveyor piping that is coming up from the Fle. Move down and grab that little bit with the Fle. Okay. Up, 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 up. And how are we doing? We're hauling. Let's go. Alright, since I don't really have a location to put this, I'm just going to set it down in the middle of my open area in the center near my wellhead. Alright, forward and right. We gotta tuck it in here. Oh, unfortunately, taking out another tree. As I am sliding around, I'm oh shit. I'm on. I tried to drop it. I had to drop it and recover. Gyro on. Hey, it's on the landing pad though. It's on the landing pad. That's good enough. I was tilting too much, and it was probably unrecoverable at that point. But at least, hey, the thing's on the landing pad, and it's being repaired. That's good enough for me. We shall take this big boy, and we'll just set her down right here, right outside the landing pad. Got some landing gear out front. And we're docked. God damn. Doesn't look like there's any damage to my landing pad. Maybe a couple dents down here, but this thing seems to have somewhat landed. All right. Bonuses is what we can also do is use that grind color on the... Oh, and also my hydrogen is about to end. Need to go get some H2. We can use the grind color on the build and repairs. So because I don't think I'm going to end up using this Fle shuttle, I think it is not required. What we can do is choose an obnoxious color that I'm not currently using. Maybe this yellow. Am I using this yellow anywhere? Oh, I might be using the yellow in some of my things here. Okay, let's find a color online. Let's find like neon pink or something like that. Gotta get that neon pink hex code. Yeah, there we go. That gives us neon pink. And we go down to our build and repairs. We select them all. And we go down to the grind color. And we go pick current build, not build color. Yeah, build color. And that gets our pink. And we can set them to grind before weld. So that way they're grinding stuff first. And they will only grind things that are painted pink. And as such, I can just go to this grid, and I can just paint the whole thing pink. Goodbye, Fle. It's nice knowing you. And hopefully they... Actually, let's... if they get the landing gear and the whole thing falls down, that's fine. I don't care. So we have our little frigate thing back at base. The Fle is being salvaged down. Our battleship has proven its worth to haul that stuff over here. And all we have left over here is the Fragna. How you doing, Monsieur Fragna? What are you missing? You are missing just infinite motors, it seems. Motors are coming in as soon as they're coming out. Okay. We need more motors. That can't be remedied. I must stop the build and repair systems to stop them from using all of the motors so that I can use the built motors in order to build more assemblers so I can build more motors. It's all convoluted, but it'll work out in the end. So while those are building up, I need to think about my power requirements on this grid. So I have batteries. My current available batteries has max output is 12 each on these batteries. And I have 10. So I have 120 on those warfare batteries. I have a couple more here. Then there's a few that are on the cursor, which are irrelevant because they're just small grid batteries. So I have 12. I have 144 megawatts out. The large atmospheric thrusters are going to need... I have 144. I have 20 large thrusters. And they're each going to take 6. But max... No, wait. 16. Oh, God. So if I have 20 times 16 for the power requirements, I need 320 in order to fire off all my thrusters at once. That'll be good for safety. So at 320 divided by the 12 here, I need 26 batteries in order to keep this thing in the sky. And I have less than half that. So I need another 14, 15, 16, somewhere around there batteries. I do have my reactors, but they only put out 15. Because a battery puts out 12. And I think having a line of batteries along the top here is going to be useful. And... batteries! And how are we doing out here? Hey, we're making progress. Just gotta wait that little bit longer. Get all the last little bits of the thrusters done. And then we should be good to launch. And there we have the last motor. The last atmospheric thruster in position. When I thrust, we're not overloading. That's really good. Build and repair. You guys have done your work. We're going to turn you guys off. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're going to dampen her. We're going to turn off that. Okay. Why is this so hard? Come on. Come on, girl. Oh. No, I don't think this is going up. Okay, I gotta check my center mass here. I think mine might be completely off. Center mass. Where is the center mass on this grid? Yes, this is what I was afraid of. My center of mass is actually here. It is to the side and it's to the back of the boat. Also, the ship's mass is off to that side. So, what I need to do is hopefully here, I want to take... Oh, can I get access to this particular container? Which container is this? This is 7. I want to transfer stuff to this guy, because that'll pull materials forward to here. So let's go to another cargo container. I don't know which one this is, but let's pull materials into 8. We'll fill 8 up. And I don't know if that moved the mass at all. This is number 9. It's not full, so we can throw some materials from... That one was 8. We'll go from 7. And I think we've moved the center of mass. I think. But we could need just additional thrust out the back here, pointing downwards, in order to get this thing off the ground. Oh, I need that to be, I need that to be scientific, or else it's not going to look good. Let's give this another go. Alright. Let's try to level out. Okay. Okay. The Fragna is flying. And we are going to make progress towards the base. And we're going to get the backwards. Fragna backwards. We're going to add in those large thrusters. Turn them off. So I can coast over there without having to use extra power. Is this thing heavy? But it's flying! God, man, you wouldn't expect something of this size to take this many thrusters and be able to barely move. Oh, God. Oh, it's because of this, the pancake on the roof. But, yes. It needs it. Because this thing is heavy as shit. And what I think I might do, actually, is I might go set this down beside that little bit of refinery that I had set up. I never had a proper refinery building made, but theoretically what I could do is I could just land this thing and connect that bit of refinery to it, and this could become my bit of refinery. Oh, okay. Please, please, please do not roll on me. Stay flat. That pancake being on my roof is actually really annoying right now. It's causing my camera to... See, I can't look down like that because it causes my camera to freak out. Ah, I gotta go back. Gotta be over here. Alright. Slow as can be. Bring her down. Oh, it's so slow. If you go down too fast, you have to spend a very long time braking. That is very frightening. Okay, come on. Roll back. Come on down. Okay. Yeah, okay, take out a tree or two. That's fine, that's fine. I don't know what's exploding. My lasers have locked onto something. What are you shooting at? It's just a little battery. Stop. Hey! Hey, that was a mouse cam antenna. Just because I hadn't hacked it yet doesn't mean you can shoot it. Bastard. Alright! The Fragna is down and it is flyable. That is awesome. Okay. What I think I need to do is I need to get that pancake off of its roof. And I'm going to use Pancake Mark 2 to lift Pancake Mark 1. Easily lift. Okay, let's go. And we'll just plop this bad boy over here for now. I don't need him anywhere special. He's just going to sit in a corner and be a shit. I think the only thing remaining is to do the last bit of maneuvering in order to connect the butt of this thing up to this. And what I think I want to do is I'm going to run a conveyor like up and out, and then I'll have a conveyor come from one of these and go back, and then line them up. So I think I'm just going to do the rough lineup, build the conveyors, and then do the fine tuning once everything is built up. And I think for ease of use sake, I'm just going to build a seat on the outside of this thing so I can just control it from the outside. Make my life easy. Oh, I wonder. Oh, should I just merge these things? What I could do is I could just weld pad this in. Right here. Here. And here. And I weld pad that on. And then it's 1, 2, and thing. I could totally do that. Even... No, not there, but 1 over. Right here. Woo! Oh, okay. It worked! The Fragna is now attached. It is part of the grid. Hell yes! So now all I have to do is just run a conveyor up and over, and I have access to all that juicy materials. Boom! And now I have all of that large cargo's worth of glorious resources available to this base here. Yes! Yes! My God, the days don't last long here. But we were very successful. We have all of our stuff, minus the couple bits and bobs that I left in the asteroid base. Here. We have the Fragna attached to the base, going to be our refinery. We have the Moose Camp itself. This giant fuel reserve looks to be more than half full, so more than enough fuel that I could ever need. We have both pancakes. We have the Spectre. We have the Cursor, who is disconnected, it seems. We're going to have to save that. We have whatever this frigate thing is, and the Fle, which is currently in the middle of getting eaten. And our battleship, which we need to do some massive repairs on. But we have everything here staged and ready. Overnight, I'm going to do several mining trips with the Pancake Mark II. We're going to get all sorts of resources and bring them all back here to base, where our massive refineries and assemblers in the Fragna will take care of everything for us. And we are going to rebuild the fleet. Hopefully, when I leave here, I will have this battleship as my flag. I will have whatever this destroyer frigate thing is as a AI to cover me. And we are going to be heading off to the Ephraim refinery and defeating this enemy once and for all. But that is going to be it for now. Thanks for watching. And good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.